Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. I just wanted to give a huge thank you to everybody who has watched the video so far and who has even gone as far as to subscribe to the channel. So thank you and Happy New Year. So in episode 3, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get the push rods and the lifters back into the bike over here, as well as add the generator back in as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Solid bike. Has visitors today. Jason's out here. Tell us about your bike, Jay.
This is my dad's bike. It's a 2012 twin cam Road Glide Custom 103. It's a pretty awesome bike. Most of it is stock. It's got a stage, it's got the standard stage one with the Reinhardts and the upgraded air cleaner. But, I love it. It's my baby.
That's so clean, dude. All right, so now that Jay's gone, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head in here to the shop, shed, and we're gonna get started on these push rods and lifters. All right, so we'll just go over some of the pieces for the push rod and the lifter assembly. So we have our base here that goes into the side case there. There's 4 of those holes. The bolt here holds it down against the case. You have your lifter. You want to check just to make sure that these bearings are nice and smooth here. And so before we put this back in, we're gonna just take some of this assembly lube here. And we're just gonna all right, we can set that aside. Next part here, we have your push rod, which sets on the lifter like so. And then the other end goes up into the valve and it pushes and lifts like so. So we got this all cleaned up. We have 2, the other one's cleaned up, and we have a 4th here just for whatever cleaning demonstration. I didn't really get around to it. So, but we're gonna assemble this here. So we'll take our cap. That's gonna go on this top tube here. And we'll take our spring, our washer, and then our new cork seal here. As well as we have this all right, and then our tube is going to go on top like that. And so the push rod will go inside the tube, the lifter will sit on here like so. And then this piece here will extend up into the lifter block. Sorry, the terms are escaping me. And then your cover goes on here like that, and it sets pressurized in there like so. All right, so now that we got that taken care of, we'll go ahead and get this 4th one cleaned up, ready to go, and then we will hop over to the bike and get all 4 of these ready to go back in. I also wanted to add, it's like 70 degrees today, and it's perfect for working outside. All right, so just for example here, we're gonna take this one we just cleaned and we're just gonna go ahead and just assemble everything we need to in order to prep it ready to go into the bike. So we're gonna start here. We had to replace this little O-ring here, so we got our new one. We'll just gently roll it over the bottom of the lifter tube. I'm not really, I could check the manual to see the actual term, but lifter tube sounds good for now. So, all right, and then we'll take one of our cork seals. We're gonna put it in here. We got this all cleaned out, all the dirt and gunk and junk from over the years. And that's just gonna set right in there, so that's good to go. All right, so now, well, we're just gonna drip a little bit of this Mel lube, this assembly lube here. Little drop there, and little drop here. Set that upside down for now, let that roll down there. Put a little on this lifter. Oh yeah. Cool. All right, so now the lifter is gonna hang out here in the lifter tube. That's nice, and yeah, that moves real smooth still, and the lifter, the roller bearing here feels great as well too. So happy about all these, and all of these felt that way as well. So, all right, now that piece is ready. We can take our pushrod tube now and we can start to get that assembled. So we'll take our freshly cleaned inside tube. We'll take our mid cap here, and that's gonna live on there like that. We'll take our spring, and then our flat washer, which is, it's pretty flat still. It's a little wonky, but you know, that's still pretty flat for being how old it is. So go ahead and throw that on there. We'll take one more cork seal. We're gonna gently, I've already had to order a second kit because it's a little too forceful with this. Just want that to slide on. All right, great. And then our outside tube, if you notice, the flanges on this side here and this side here are shaped differently. So this 90-degree flange, or this flat, not sure if you can see, there we go, that flat flange there, and then the other flange is a bit more sort of cone shaped. So this part is going to live on the top, and then this part here is going to make contact here at the bottom with the lifter. We'll just go ahead and slide that on. All right, and we have our tube cover there at the top, our little tensioner cover. And it looks like, I think we are ready to put everything back into the bike. So let's move over there and get started on that. Yeah, so before we get started, I just wanted to point out that I got the oil lines put in already, and I got the carb bracket mounted for the S&S Super B. I didn't make a video out of this because the installation was fairly simple, except for the bracket. I had to kind of like chisel out a little bit of the aluminum just to make some space for the bracket here where the bolt and nut meet, which was no big deal. I'll add some footage, or I might just post it up by itself. But I was just tired of fucking with the oil lines. I opted for these stainless steel ones. At first, though, I did pick up a pair of these $60 brass lines because, I'll be honest, I mean, they look fucking cool. Super fucking cool, but the fit was just not right. It just didn't feel right. These little nipples here for the header block and for the the bottom part here on the case, like they just didn't feel like they fit right. It was just too tight. It felt like really awkward to turn, and I don't know. And I also fucking stripped out one side, not on the engine side, but on the brass side, trying to put it in, because the angle, like when it finally got in here, there was enough like pressure on it where it was almost, it was open, sort of like that, and it was just going in at an odd angle, and it just wouldn't thread correctly. So these are great. They had great reviews from JP Cycles, and they fit. They went right in like a glove. They fit perfect. The threads were dead on. So fuck it, man. Nice and clean. These would have been a great show piece for hipster cool points, but better learn to just get this and spend 15 bucks instead of fucking $60 on that. So lesson learned. All right, so now we have our number one lifter. The way I just kind of label these up for reference when I was doing this was 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. So we're gonna just do one at a time. We're gonna take our number one lifter, give it a little bit of this assembly lube, and we're gonna pop it in and tighten her down. All right, now we're gonna take our 4 cork gaskets that go boom, 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 and boom, and boom. Yeah. All right, so now that we have our push rods and our covers and all our corks in and everything, we're gonna go ahead and do our push rod adjustment. Sorry about the noise, but just started pouring down rain right now, so we're just gonna go ahead, do our adjustment, get our covers back on, and that'll be it. We'll call it a day. Alright, final step, we're going to go ahead and put the covers back on the tubes here. Oh, well, alright, the power went out, so, oh, it's back. Alright, well, it's storming out, so, pretty typical around these parts out here at the farm, so just bear with me, please. Alright, there you have it. In the dark, finished it up. Push rods and lifters. We might reposition the camera and get the generator in. Might as well go ahead and do that. So let's do that, and we're going to call that a wrap.